And welcome back. This is Cotel for another War Rights event. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. And I got a guest. It is Mr. Gene from HL. How you doing, good sir?
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, anytime. So he's only going to be here for this one map. Then I'll let the poor man get some sleep. But I usually try to do the campaign intros. But since I have the campaign board master here, why don't you set up the context for this battle we got going?
Oh boy. All right, sure. First battle we got um way down in I think it's called whatever county, but it's against Milroys division and McClauslands division. I believe Milroys is attacking. So that'd be the Union token attacking the CSA token. Um and I think the sides are normal for this one, yeah?
Yep, indeed. So we got
Yep.
so I won't have to try to do that, gymnastics in my head. Thank God. But yep. So I think
Yep.
these are both, I guess you would call them community tokens, or kind of.
Yeah, they're both kind of historical pieces, so they control them on the board, but they're not really attached to any regiment in the event.
Yep. So let's take a look at the two sides here. We got 219 on the server pop, 111 for the defending CSA versus 108 for the Union. Start out with the CSA team. Looks like we got Wilkes and Grinch leading the HL, 10 Tennessee under Knight, Gousseau leading the AVC. Then we've got I-Corps under Mr. Berger. We got Goondog leading also with him. We've got another I-Corps element under Mr. Poke and Purge. A lot of I-Corps. Then we got MB, Mr. Nitro on guns, and that looks like that's it. All right, so yeah, what have you kind of put you on the spot a little bit, but any thoughts on the CSA team going into this map? Anything you're looking for them to do?
Um, I think like any map, when you're defending, you kind of want to split your groups up where you have your companies, top A, top B, etc. Kind of have one company holding the left, one holding the right, and then kind of two in the middle that can kind of shift left and right to meet them. And I think that's what they're doing right now, mostly. They have a small skirmishing unit over here on the little chapel.
It looks like
Uh,
20th, who I missed in the. Sorry, I missed you
yep.
guys in the roll call, but I don't see an officer. It's tough for me.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. And then they have sort of the main force on the right flank, it looks like. And then they have AVC and HL kind of holding the center. And then, of course, they have 10th Tennessee holding the road. So I feel like it's a pretty standard Garlands. Although I'm not sure about this. Oh, I see. I guess it's the first core skirmishing unit up here under Mr. Goon.
Yeah, they're pretty far up, but maybe they're just like a tripwire, and
Yeah.
kind of make contact and fall back type of thing.
Yep. Yep.
So while we got a
But it doesn't look like the Union's going to go for that usual strategy, right? They usually go for those rocks in the woods. Looks like they're going a far left push.
Yeah, although they're kind of stopping, but that's a good point for me to get
Yeah.
an intro in for them. So we've got EB under Colt and Ninth Corps under Turquoise, 51st PA under Nolan, 32nd Ohio under King Bob. You got IB under Will, PB under Legion, who balanced over. Thank you, Mr. PB. And then we've got HD under Coach and Rob. And it looks like we got some Artie under EB as well, under Zach. So yeah, it looks like the Union is massing on that side. What do you think
Yep.
about this play by the Union to start out with?
It's unusual play. I'll say that. I usually don't see Union go here full force. Like usually they'll send like 20 men or something. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it's going to play out. I wonder how long 20th New York can hold them off. Maybe they have even notified the others on the team. We might see the CSA starting to shift over there soon.
Yeah, speaking of, I'm starting to see some streams moving down that way, so I think they might have given him a little bit of warning, but we'll see if it's in time.
It's taken them a while to react. I think the Union's going to get this. They're going to get a foothold by the chapel.
Yep, and what do you think the play is? You think they're going to just try to dig in here, or do you think they're going to try to push up?
I think if you dig in for a little while, for maybe 3 minutes, you're gonna, like you see, the CSA are moving up into the tree line of the woods. I think it's going to force the CSA to engage in a firefight, which they don't have as many tickets as the Union. And if the Union can win that firefight, actually, they're going straight in. Never mind. I think the CSA is going to try and direct counter it.
Just try to stuff it before they get set.
Yeah. We'll see how that works. I don't think it's going to work for the CSA unless they put a unit out in the fields to flank around the Union's Stonewall position. I don't think the CSA responded with enough force, and now half their team is sort of wiped.
No, we do have additional troops coming down the field here, but I think I think they came in a little bit too raggedy.
Yep.
I think getting defeated in detail coming up.
But now you see Wilkes doing what I was saying. Put one company on the fields, flank around, and try and push them off the Stonewall.
Yep, let's watch HL go in. Let's fucking go, he says.
Oh my god. It's that bucking ball. I'm guessing it is.
Yeah, he's having really good effects here.
Yep.
And he calls the charge.
That's sort of what you got to do when you have a unit in a strong position like that. But they have a very weak flank on their left. So you can sort of try and pull their flank or turn their flank by going into the fields to get in there. But it's not looking very well right now. Very good for the CSA.
Not yet, no. Looks like, I mean, it's about even on tickets, I would say. And it looks like the HL kind of ran out of steam there, but still pretty good attack.
Yeah.
Do you guys do any, well, I guess just kind of, you know, from an HL perspective,
Right.
how do you guys approach those kinds of offensives? How do you, like, organize them as a unit?
Usually the leading officer has a plan. It doesn't really tell everybody else what's happening, but everybody is kind of smart enough to know what's going to happen. I think we've been playing these games, this game for years, right? So a lot of these maps, we already know them. And both me and Wilkes would probably do something similar, like that kind of maneuver.
So the troops have just kind of had experience, like, okay, we know where you're going, we know how you're going to operate. They don't need, you know, deep instruction and be like, oh, this is what we're doing. It's just kind of ingrained to them at this point.
Precisely. Yeah. And when the leading officers go down, which today I think HL only has 2 officers on the field, we have a very strong NCO corps that can take over when all the officers are down. So, yeah, we would be nowhere if it weren't for the NCOs in our unit.
That's the backbone.
Yep, 100%.
All right, so now looks like the Union might be moving out a little bit here. What do you think about this move? Do you think they're getting a little bit too aggressive, or do you think they're right to kind of push right now?
I think if they're going to go in, EB shouldn't be going in alone, because CSA are there and they're ready to meet them.
See, this firing line is kind of chewing up EB here. Oh, and they're moving a flag up there, too. Oh, no. Oh, go back, flag. Dirty Mike, get out of there. You see, poor soldier, I guess, is trying to tell him, get back.
He does make it out.
Yep, so that didn't work out quite so well here. So, well, actually, we might have a CSA counterattack coming in now.
And see, now the CSA guys who are spawning in Maine, they can kind of start to box them in here a little bit. And I think the boundaries for the Union aren't very favorable in the corn. They can't really counter that CSA main spawn group. I don't know what the CSA is doing right now.
Not really. Actually. Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. Looks like maybe they're thinking about doing an attack through the corn, maybe.
Yeah. I like it. I think I like it.
Well, as you said, I mean, it's you guys have played these maps a lot. You know how to use those boundaries to your advantage.
Yeah. Yep.
So even though they're not charging in, they're putting in some heavy fire, and it's kind of pushing the Union back now a little bit.
Yeah, and if you get really close to the Union position, kind of to the soldiers' point of view, they can see almost nothing at the northwest, southwest edges of the tree line. So I'm guessing it's very tough for those guys to have any targets to shoot out.
Yeah,
besides the smoke.
I'm not seeing too much fall and go down here. Yeah.
Let me out.
Yeah.
Take aim at the knee, boys.
What do you think the next play for the Union is? Do you think they just shoot it out for a while, or do you think they try to make a maneuver?
I think they head straight left and try to cap the point.
Well, they did
Charge
just
out the group.
they did cap the
Oh, they capped the point. Yeah, they did.
so
Yeah.
just as you were saying it.
Right? Well, I would head straight to point. I would kill that first core skirmisher group, and then I would hold the point.
So get off of
they're
this.
down-
So get off of this corner and move to
Yeah.
move the main
Yeah,
force
this
to point.
corner's not doing anything for them right now.
Yeah, I think I agree. It really just seemed the CSA's got some very nice angles of fire, and it's you can see the Union's just starting to clump up here. They're kind of losing cohesion a little bit.
I think that's the perfect counter to what the Union was doing. Mainly because the what's the word? The obscuration, the tree line obscuring them.
Yeah,
is really
obfuscation.
working.
Yeah, it's close. Or
Yeah.
close enough. I can't say the fucking word either.
Yeah.
I
But-
can't see. You know.
But I feel like they're doubling down here and trying to hold like a box formation around their corner.
Yeah.
And
See-
now the CSA are moving in.
Yep. Looks like we have something of a charge coming in with 10th Tennessee,
Yep.
but didn't seem to have too much
I
with
think
it.
there might have been a bit of a mistiming on communication there. But now the main body seems to be moving out.
Yeah, it might have been just a distraction. Yeah, and they're coming through that corn angle like you talked about
Yep.
earlier. So,
Yep. But PB's there to meet him.
but I don't know if they could see him.
Oh, that's wonderful. What a flank PB got. What a flank.
They got some good fire on him, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to have the effects they were looking for.
I think just the Rambos, the chaos that's going to cause might be enough. Or not. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it's
Still
still
one
it's still a pretty yeah, it's still it looks like the Union's holding. That 5-second flag spawn, man, is a hell of a thing.
Yeah. Yep. 100%. CSA just needs to stop sitting on this white fence and push up. Help out their allies. They might be able to.
Yeah, they got
push 'em off.
they got too much hanging back. If you're gonna send it, you got to send
Yeah.
it. And I think right now you got a good opportunity to knock out these 4 flags.
I
But
agree.
if you give them a minute, they're gonna be
Yeah.
back.
I think CSA's got this in the end.
I think I agree with you. Yep, and I think there's the call. They're gonna fall back.
See how many flags to get out.
There's Legion with the pistol. Try to hold.
Yep. Oh. I believe that was El Guzu
Yep.
from ABC that got him.
All right. I see how many flags we got in the dirt here. 1, 2.
3?
I see 3 flags in the dirt. That's not a bad payday.
It's not. Not at all.
Then we've got so we're at top of engaged. Union down by about a little bit over half on engaged, but CSA just hit engaged. Yep, just under 33. Well, 330, I'll say. So what do you think the Union does now? What would you recommend they try to do?
I would wait until those flags. I think you can easily get those 2 flags that are the closest to their tree line. The other one's going to be a bit tough. But now you sort of just get your flags back, regroup, and then decide where do you want to push next. I saw Wilkes and Knight in the chat calling for a full reset, so I think they'll be ready for them if they try and go for the rocks again. Maybe just go for the same strategy, but this time instead of kind of holding that corner, moving up to the point. What I do want to say is I really do like that. I mean, we've seen Garland's played so many times with our experience, but it's not often you see a battle that lasts for that long, that gets that bloody on that specific point of the map.
No, I mean I used to see it a bit more, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I used to see a lot more fighting on this side. I think it's kind of been moved, at least from what I've observed, a little bit more to the right. But I think the tough thing about fighting there is the spawn, is the CSA spawn.
Oh,
as you
definitely.
mentioned,
Yep.
it just you never even with the 5-second respawn, which I think it makes it a little bit easier for the Union to hold there, you still don't out spawn the guys coming in from main because it's just instant.
Yeah. Yes. So I think they had the right idea, the Union. They just, they sort of got stuck when they probably should have tried and pushed their advantage and moved somewhere else on the field.
Yep. No, I think I agree with you. On the since they're resetting, you want to give kind of a quick overview, just on what War of Secession is, how the campaign functions.
Sure.
Kind of a little bit of a pitch, I guess I would say.
Yeah,
If
sure.
anybody else is watching from outside the campaign.
So War of Secession is a little bit different than most campaigns in that most campaigns that are being fought right now, besides I would say the only one that's a little bit similar is probably the Maryland campaign, but it is operational in scale. So what that means is instead of having like a big map of the U.S. that you have sort of grand movements, we fight in campaigns where the token movements are more zoomed in, right, as opposed to zoomed out. So you'd fight maybe the campaign of Maryland, or you fight the campaign that we're fighting right now, the Valley campaign, Jackson's campaign. And it's a little bit more intricate with the rules, but we have a lot of ways to help and guide people who are just joining. Like, we have a quick rule set. We have we're always around the clock to help out anybody that has any questions. Me in particular. So if you are interested and you want to join, just reach out to me, and I'll set you up.
Yep, and you guys are still accepting new guys. I think there's plenty of room in the campaign right now.
Oh yes, plenty of room. And the in-game rule set is very simple. I think if you were playing Antietam Creek Conquest or anything similar to that, you'll feel right at home. There's not a lot of in-game rules.
Very user-friendly, very easy to jump into. And you guys switch up. You do different campaigns. It's not all the same map, right?
Precisely. Yes. Right now we're about to hit turn 3 out of 9 that we have planned for the campaign, and then after that we'll move on to something else. I think we're thinking the Second Manassas campaign.
Ah, very nice. So back to kind of where we started with that first Manassas campaign.
Yep, precisely. But yeah, that's kind of my spiel. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, if you guys are looking for a Sunday event, just hit up Gene. If you need his Discord link, if you don't know how to contact me or him, just shoot a comment and I'll get you guys into contact.
Hell yeah.
But yep, so kind of zooming out back to the battle, looks like those flags were recovered, like you said. They sent out at least 2 of them. So now they got 3 flags. Actually, I think 4 up. The other one respawned as well. So.
Yep, you got all 4 flags back.
Looks like the Union has kind of rotated the field here, though.
Yeah, now they're trying to go for that rock strategy, or the center push, kind of, I think. This is more what I'm used to when I watch and play Garland's, this kind of setup. And it usually ends up with a Union charge towards the rocks that First Corps is holding, and MB.
Yeah, this tends to be the staging ground that you kind of move towards.
On the southeast, those boys to the east, they're just sitting.
I do see IB kind of flanking around, going for that chapel approach again.
Yeah. Do you think it's just a distraction force, or you think they're gonna?
Yeah. 100%. But I think 20th New York is definitely the right size to counter it.
Looks like Legion might be moving. No, he's just kind of maneuvering center. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hold load.
I think
Went off the rock. I don't see him anymore.
in the next coming minutes we'll see a Union charge.
He's dead. Or he's gone.
Yeah, the nice thing about that cap is it did buy them a little bit of time. So yeah, we're only at 27:30. It's not like it's been too late, so
Yep.
you can afford to be a little bit deliberate when you do a move like that.
Yeah, if they can push them down to taking losses right at the 20 mark, I think the Union has a good opportunity of winning the map. And the CSA strategy is just stall the Union as much as you can. Keep engaging them in firefights like these where the tickets don't drain as quickly. And you will also be set as the defender to win the map.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do.
Get back over here, Slavka.
It looks like 10th Tennessee has joined 20th, so I think they'll definitely be enough to handle IB.
Definitely. Yep. I think 10th is moving off because they realized that it was not as big of a threat as they thought they were. But I admire. I mean, I like moves like that. That's how I play usually. If I'm a smaller unit, if HL's bringing lower numbers one day, I want to be the unit that goes to a flank where nobody else is, so I can pull bigger units towards me. To kind of take off the heat. For the other units to make a breakthrough somewhere.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Shape the battlefield a little bit.
Yeah.
Looks like we might have some movement here. I'm seeing a lot of. Doesn't look like a charge yet, but looks like Union is moving up a bit.
Might be preparing for one.
Move back, move back, move back.
You gotta run out of ammo at this point,
It's your
gentlemen.
call.
I just think a charge into their buck and roll would just put us more in a tech
Shot like a pansy.
Give him the 40.
Looks
Give
like
him
they're,
the 40.
yeah, looks like they're
Oh, sorry,
discussing.
Brent.
No, you good. It's just, I was just gonna say, it looks like they're discussing it right now.
A charge, yeah.
Hold fire.
Ceasefire.
Yeah, you can hear. I think they say 25.
Yep, I'm hearing Colts. Yep.
Reload over here on the rocks. Let's go.
Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys.
Well, it looks like you said, they're gonna go for that rock strategy. We'll see how it goes.
Yep.
Flag, stay back. Everyone else, we're moving.
Flag hold.
Boys at the sprint. Forward march.
Looks like EB's in the lead. We'll follow him in.
Yep.
Ooh, canister shot hit him.
Ooh. That's nice.
It's a big old.
HL is moving up to respond. So is 10th Tennessee and ABC.
Yep, looks like they're gonna collapse that that rear side there.
Yeah, they kind of traded places now. And the CSA is going to fall in the Union's back.
And that's the problem with the rock strategy, is if you don't have anything to tie down this.
Yeah. And it's, they took the rocks, but then the CSA got the rear. And if you don't have anyone watching your back, and, you know, most of your officers go down in that first charge. So they're not standing to kind of brace what's going to come next. Which I think is it's kind of advantage if you're attacking them from the rear, right? Because your officers are probably going to be alive. But then the Union who took the rocks, they're probably leadership-less and kind of chaos.
Yeah, and
reigns
you
there.
still got targets in front of you, so you kind of get target
Precisely.
fixation. So it's,
Exactly.
it's tough to organize that that defense
Yep.
unless you got somebody already kind of doing it. As far as tickets go, I mean, it looked like about
wasn't
an
too
even.
bad.
It was about an even trade. I'd say even the
Yeah.
Union might have gotten a slight benefit out of that.
Yeah. I don't think that was bad at all. I think that's what Union needs. They're almost at 20 minutes, so usually at NA you don't see it go down a time. So there's probably just going to be another charge to try and knock their tickets down even more. But
Yeah,
it's
It's tough,
a pretty
man.
slow game.
It's tough on Garland's to keep the morale up too, because you're like, oh, we lost the charge, but then it's like, no, it didn't go too bad. How do you keep morale up with your guys when you're doing something like this?
You just got to keep telling them that was And honestly, usually, I would say right now, if I was leading any of the Union regiments in that charge afterwards, and I'm spawning in a main, that was a good ticket trade for them. So I would just tell the guys, we are doing well on tickets, even though that bar doesn't feel like it is. That trade did work out in our favor, and we should just keep it up. So that's usually how I deal with morale, but it's usually, I know for some units a situation like that might be demoralizing, but usually as HL we just take it on the chin, and sometimes things just don't go our way, and it's just keep playing, keep trying, and don't give up.
Yep, don't get discouraged is really a key piece there.
Yep.
So even if it doesn't feel great, sometimes it might be working. It might be part of the biggest strategy. Because right now, yeah, the ticket difference is not that bad, and time is not horrible either.
Nope. I would probably, they're almost at, CSA's almost at taking losses. I would usually say at 20 minutes you probably want both sides of taking losses, but another charge like that, it might just give Union the time they need.
Yeah, I'd say another charge would absolutely get them both onto taking losses. Yep. Another charge like that. But it looks like they're organizing center. Do you think
center, yeah.
Do you think they'll make a play for point, or to
I was
buy
gonna
some more time?
I would definitely go for point right now, just to buy time, like you said. I think it just depends how they are going to approach it. I don't know about charging through the open field.
Yeah, that could be tough if the enemy. Like I'm already seeing HL has kind of positioning for that kind of move.
Mm-hmm.
It's that Stonewall, Fredericksburg, or Gettysburg, or whatever you want to,
I think if you're going to go for that center push, you go down the snake rail in the middle.
Yeah, I've seen guys get hung up on that, though, to be honest with you.
That's true. You can easily get outflanked from the left, but
still might be worth it. But it's just something to be aware of that sometimes happens. You gotta have some kind of flank security.
Definitely.
But actually, it looks like they might be trying a church or whatever that thing is, the building.
Oh, they're doing the same thing they did the first opening move of the game. Yep. I like it.
Looks like ABC's down here with 20th.
Torture their balls.
CSA is more prepared this time, but I do not think it's enough to hold this sort of force off.
They can't shoot for shit.
Dude, y'all are saying that, and then they're gonna.
But you can see the Union's not going all in. You have some trailing behind. 32nd Ohio's kind of trailing behind, and you have some skirms up here that are not really engaged. They're protecting the artillery, I see. They've rolled a gun up all the way. You see this, Coach?
Oh, yeah, the EB gun? Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. That's crazy. All right, here we go.
I mean, yeah, you're gonna put some guys on Artie. All right, so looks like
I like what HD did.
Yeah, looks like we got a bit of a breachhead here. But I don't know. Looks
if HD just charges in on that stone wall, they might be able to get this.
Maybe, yeah. A lot of CSA still coming down, though. You still got basically 2nd MS Metal over there, and I-Corps still got a lot of troops up there. They jump over, I think they'll
kind of wondering what they're doing by the rock. I think they're going in now, though. They're just kind of hanging back a little bit.
Yeah, that might have been a little bit too long
to
wait.
I see.
Is that the flag
like
respawn?
A mobile spawn base, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I would say I'd rather put it there than put it forward.
It kind of counters the CSA's main spawn timer.
It does. It's well, the one thing I like about it is you're not losing the flags as much. Yeah. As in, they're not getting knocked down as much as you would up here. And then if it looks like it's going bad, it's a lot easier to egress those flags out. You know, get them the fuck out of town versus, in the middle of a melee trying to get them out.
You see how many guys that can just flood in the Union to reinforce from that mobile spawn point.
Oh yeah. No, it's 4 guys every 5 seconds. You know.
But they're gonna run into the same problem again. They're gonna get bogged down in that Stonewall corner,
No,
and the CSA is just gonna.
I agree with you, and it's you
Yep.
kind of losing command and control because it's just a flood of people versus units.
Yeah.
They did get to taking
Exactly.
losses though. At 17-20.
That's good.
But the problem is, I think my fear would be the command and control is getting out of hand, and they're getting close to breaking. Like they're not winning on this ticket exchange at all.
So, Kotao, if you look to the southeast, if I was this Union force right here, 51st PA, a bunch of other units, 32nd Ohio, now I would go full left send. While they're busy fighting that right side.
Yeah, I did. Or I might even make a play for point, to be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Down here.
Which I think they're doing.
Yeah, I'll swing up to King Bob, and yep, he is doing that.
I think they still think we're at the swing. Oh, individual. On our
Yep, so here comes King Bob's going to try to take out that Artie.
Just a little bit disjointed. They had a little bit more punching power. I think they could have broken through.
No, yeah, that didn't work out too well. They needed one more unit to go in with them.
And I think the Union might be calling a retreat here very soon.
Yeah. I think you're right, although it looks like the CSA is going to try to charge forward and
Yep.
knock out those flags.
That's the right move.
Get behind, get on the
Will the flags get out in time?
shifting down, back down.
I think they will.
If
Just in time.
if not, they'll be easily recoverable.
Yep.
Come and get it.
All right, so what do you think of the performance? So I guess we'll start with the CSA team so far.
In the first opening, they were a bit too slow to respond. Now I think they're at their game and their A level. I mean, a full frontal charge across the field like that is pushing your opponent around in a major way. I was now over to Union. What they're doing now is perfect. If you're looking over,
Yeah,
towards
see,
point,
I'm seeing
they're
on the right
swinging
side
around.
they've taken the that side there. So
Yep. And most of the CSA are still in that field. So if Union just pushes all now, all towards... Actually, I don't think they have enough.
no, the CSA is reacting in time, I believe.
Yeah. That was a good try, though.
It wasn't a bad idea. I don't think it was.
No.
I don't think it was a bad idea, but CSA reacted well.
But going back to what I was saying, I think Union had the first move they made was good, really good. But like I've said a couple times now, I think staying in that corner instead of pushing left up to the point is kind of what cost them to get into this.
Breaking through the left.
Is why the CSA has to take the lead they have now.
I just got here.
Yeah, no, it's so now if you're the Union, okay, you're sitting here at the clock. It's just under 14. You're up breaking. They're about halfway taking losses. What do you think they need to do here to try to win this?
I think you gotta stop doing these disjointed charges where units go in by themselves and form up, mobilize, and then try what you haven't tried yet. Go through the snake rails where King Bob is right now as a team and try and push the point.
retreat.
Yeah,
Those tickets aren't
think
that bad.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I think that I like your idea that I would say is you've got a really good chance in that charge to get them down to breaking
Yes.
and cap before they can react.
Precisely. Yes.
And you've got 13 minutes, so you got a bit of time to organize it. You know, it's not like you're... But your tickets, I would say, is your problem now as a Union, because you get one or two more bad moves, you're on final push.
Yes. And I'm not going to lie. I think this one actually might come down to time rather than tickets. It completely depends on what the Union decides to do, but if they're gonna do another shootout on that corner, which it looks like they're going towards it again.
Yeah, they are. It looks like they are making a play on that corner. At least 2 units are. It looks like you got some other troops in the center. I'm not sure if they're going to sit there and kind of wait and maybe try to sneak onto point or what they're doing.
I think you gotta scare them on that CSA right side. Scare them enough to keep troops tied up there, so that the units that are now moving through the corn can take out 20th New York and sort of stranglehold the CSA. So sometimes I would say it benefits you to split up your force in 50-50.
Well, it looks like they might be doing it because we still have a decent. They might just be coming back from Maine now that I'm looking at it, but there's still a decent amount that's not committed.
Yep.
So that my concern right now is that you have troops back at Maine, and now I've got this force out here in this on the left side. You know, they're not really ready for it. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
Independent fire.
So yeah, it's like we got 9th Corps and EB over here, but
Yeah,
I
you got
got-
a lot of
they-
Union coming out.
they
from
got a little
Maine.
bit of support. Legion's coming up too, and we do have some movement onto point, maybe. I mean, if they time it right, I mean, they could.
Yeah, if you time it right now, every Union unit on the field that's not at that chapel just moves towards the point. I think you got it. And I think Union wisely decides to pull back. They don't have to get in a bloody firefight. Just tie the forces down, get the CSA to react to you, and pull them away from what's important.
No, I think that element on the right has done its job. It's just a question of this if the force in the center will exploit it, I think.
Yes.
They have the
Yep.
pieces set. It's just a matter of doing it.
Yeah, sitting and shooting right now at 10 minutes, 20 seconds. I don't know.
No, I mean, because that force in the corn is not going to keep them tied down forever. Eventually, they're
No,
going to get
no.
wise.
Yep.
In fact, I already see a unit moving off. Yeah, see, the window's already starting to close.
Yes.
Wilkes
yeah.
is already realizing the potential issue. He's already moving his guys up.
Exactly. Yep. Yep. Yeah, him and I think alike when it comes to positioning on the battlefield, and I think he also realized that, hey, all of us are over here. Who's defending the point? Who's over on our right flank?
Back into the corn, back into the corn, back into the corn first, Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, this is contained, so he's going to be like, all right, there's got to be something else
Yep.
going on. So if you're winning the fight, you know, you got to ask yourself, okay, are they doing something else somewhere else, you know?
Right.
It's not-
Exactly.
It's not like, oh, I'm winning, I've won. No. Okay, you know, you won here. Okay, what's my next
Yep.
problem set? Yeah, the Union's still sitting back here. Actually, they're maneuvering back down. Oh, Lord.
I don't know about this.
Star.
I think they're throwing good money after bad, to be honest with you. I hate to tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be harsh on any side, but I felt like there was a window of opportunity there that the Union didn't see or didn't seize.
Yeah. Well, again, it's a lot easier for us, you know.
Yeah, we're in
overlooking.
the sky. We can see what's going on, of course.
So, never take any of this as like, oh, we're talking bad about anybody. It's just, you know,
Absolutely.
just for you guys to see next time. Oh, okay, we had that opportunity. Okay.
Yeah.
Looks like the CSA might. Oh, nope, that unit has fallen back here wisely. 51st PA. Like CSA might try to eat him, but he's going to fall back. But you might be right about the time. I mean, we're sitting at 8:50 now.
Yep.
I mean, halfway to final push. I mean, that's, you know.
And see, I think now Union's realizing, hey, look at the time. We got to do something.
HD's maneuvering in the center here,
Yep.
but
I'm on the CSA spectating side. I'm kind of curious what the Union is saying in their chat right now.
oh, I try to keep chat off just to not flood it.
Don't get in the melee.
Oh.
Shoot him out.
I got you.
Yeah, CHD got wiped out just before they even really made any progress there.
I support the thought and idea and I mean, honestly, what HD did is what everybody needs to do.
At
right
this point, gotta do something. It's got to be together, though. Is the problem? Like you said, individual unit actions are not going to be enough.
No.
We do see some massing here from the Union on the CSA right. See if we have a big charge over here.
They're coming.
This has got to be the decisive one. Otherwise, I don't see how the Union can.
Well, it'll probably put the CSA into breaking, I think, at the very least.
Yeah.
But you don't want to have to reform again, because I think it might also put them into final push as well.
Yeah, you don't want to lose your flags. Yep.
Oh, I wouldn't stop the fire. Oh, Lord.
Fire, Will. You see targets, shoot them.
Ooh. The Union's stopping the fire.
Oh, come on. I just got up and over.
Here we go. Lots of targets.
This is giving a lot of time for the CSA to react here.
Company, pull back, pull back.
HL and ABC's pushing up.
There are like 8 fucking lines there.
Good flag, pick up, keep going.
That's the problem when you stop to shoot is you give time for them to react.
Yeah, you get bogged down.
Reloads, bayonets, boys.
Spread the line, spread the line, spread the line.
To the boulders.
Company, focus right, focus on the fire.
At this point, I might be thinking if the Union token holders like, let's try and conserve casualties and play more passive.
Enemy charging down the
Maybe. HD making another play, but
Yeah, they're moving right.
I think the other two map choices they had was IB got rid of, for Milroys division, got rid of Reno's Fall, and I think Knight from McClauslands got rid of, was it Cox's push?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
Check when ready.
You have gotten me stuck. Okay. Excuse me, pardon me, I need to get through. I'm stuck to the wall.
Line ready.
You think they should have kept Reno's?
As an attacking map?
Yeah.
Definitely, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. I was kind of shocked they chose go for keeping Reno's. Not that Garland's isn't winnable, but I like Reno's is. I think it's an easier.
It's a lot more biased for the attacker.
Yeah, it's a lot easier push than Garland's.
But, you know, if that's what the token holder's most comfortable attacking, then
yeah, it's their choice. You know, it's they get to make the call.
Yep.
Fuck them up, boys. Fuck them up. Go back, boys. Go back, 51st.
Right here, 51st.
Yeah, as soon as they hit the next attack, they'll hit final push. So really, this is it for them. This next attack is the final. And again, they'll get them down to breaking. I'm fairly confident of that. It's just a matter of can you actually win on the point.
So I'm looking at the time, and I'm looking at what's going on. I have to tell myself that they just want to try and make this a lower casualty battle.
Oh, I think they're going to do a final push. I think they're going to do a final charge.
Yeah.
I
think it's coming.
If they weren't, they'd be further back.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, here it comes.
Like they're shooting us southeast, Robinson.
Yeah, but here it is.
I like rooting for the underdogs, so I want to see if the Union can at least get a foothold here.
That stone wall is a hell of an obstacle.
Yeah. And the CSA can just, look at that sizable force, they can just, like that, fall in the rear.
Yep, I mean, it held it for a second, but not long enough. That's the problem. Yep, so they did get him to final push.
Yep.
Fuck you, GI. You little bitch.
They're trying to save Will.
Don't you fucking kill us. Go home, GI.
You too. Keep killing. Get away from me.
You stay. Rose, keep pushing, keep pushing.
You'll never learn.
Keep going.
You'll never learn, will you? You silly Yankees and your silly games. Oh, you got a lucky stab there.
Fuck you.
I mean, all they need,
Fuck you.
if they had maybe
Dead.
1 more minute, I'd definitely say it's still winnable.
But if they had another minute, they'd have enough time for another charge. But right now, it's not enough time. To be honest with you, I mean they'll reach it, but it's not enough time to win it.
No.
Yeah, you can see the big conga lines coming in from Maine. They'll hit there in about 15 seconds. Is about when they'll hit.
But it's very disjointed, disorganized. Now they're kind of just throwing people in, unit by unit.
Yeah, they do have this one unit in the back that's kind of distracting, but you still got a decent guard force here in front.
Yep.
And then scene looks like I-Corps. Yep, 15 seconds. Here we are.
It wasn't even enough time to even get there.
I mean, you got some elements of HD and just starting to hit now, but that's, you know.
Yeah, it's over.
Yep, so, any final thoughts on the match?
I think, just to go back to my previous observations, I think the Union first move was great. I think they got bogged down and they moved towards point. Just because of that, here's that word again, obfuscation. What was it?
We'll just say obscure.
Obscure, the tree line. Because the CSA can just kind of hold in that tree line from their main spawn, they kind of just hadn't anyone to shoot at, and the CSA were winning the shootout, and they got bogged down. I think overall both teams made good maneuvers. It wasn't like one-sided or anything, but the Union did lose a lot of steam, sort of towards the midway of the game, and we'll see how they do on this next map.
Oh yeah, but yep, appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see y'all next week.